We've reduced the amount of opioids we prescribe by 50%. And we've opened 4 medication-assisted treatment centers across the state to help patients recover from addiction. Learn more at geisinger.org/haveenough.
Back here to Mansion Park in Altoona, 14-0 lead for Richland over Ligonier Valley at the half in the District 6 Class 2A title game. Joe Putnam, Sam Stroh, Josh Sperber, and our WHVL crew along with you. This is the Pine Orthodontics halftime show as Richland scored on its first 2 possessions of the game. A Richland band performing right now as well. And on the Pine Orthodontics halftime show, our next item of business is to look at those PA Football News rankings. And we'll start off with those PAFootballnews.com rankings, which you can find at 6A. St. Joe's Prep leading the way, but that's going to be a great matchup coming up. Central Catholic Pine Richland in the WHVL 6A final coming up this weekend.
Yeah, that will be a really great game to see. Central Dolphins tonight playing Harrisburg, who's just below, just out of what you see the top 7 there. That's a rematch from earlier in the year. A team that State College played both those guys. State College winning tonight right now. Coming down to State College will play the winner of that Pine Richland's Pittsburgh Central Catholic game. So things starting to shape up really good in that 6A category, and a lot of tough games coming up. Some really good stuff going on right now. Like we said, the Central Dolphin game 7-6.
Taking a look now at the 4A rankings. Bellefonte right now has a tough task tonight. We'll take a look at that score in just a little bit. Cathedral Prep's the #1 team in the state. Bellefonte ranked number 5, but that's a matchup out in Clarion this evening, and it looks like it's going Cathedral Prep's way.
Yeah, so far. And then also doing on tonight, you have that 3-4 matching up Dallas and Valley View in that District 2 title game. And Milton Hershey, I have a personal interest there. My nephew is the offensive coordinator there, and they are not faring real well right now, the last we checked score stream.
Oh, well, we'll check down with the PA Football News 3A rankings next. And 3A, Bald Eagle area is in that 7th spot right now. They're taking on Bedford tonight, but why missing Central Valley, Middletown, Montoursville, Aliquippa lurking at number 5.
Yeah, well, Middletown, why missing playing for the District 3 title this week. That'll be huge. And at Central Valley, Aliquippa, we're going to rematch for the WHVL title. Wyoming area is winning big right now. I do know that, as is Montoursville.
By the way, BEA was a team to watch last week, moving up to number 7 this week. Now taking a look at the 2A rankings, and you're going to see why this is maybe the best 2A matchup in the state tonight. Ligonier Valley number 2, Richland number 5. Those are the teams we have here, but you've got Goliath and Southern Columbia waiting in that number 1 spot.
Yeah, and they're playing Mount Carmel tomorrow, and Mount Carmel broke into the top 10 finally this week. Washington and Wilmington will probably match up next week as they're both winning this week. Avonworth winning this week also. Upper Dauphin, I saw them personally a couple weeks ago, and they're a real nice football team. I'm not sure they should be in the top 10, though, but they will play the Southern Columbia Mount Carmel winner.
It is halftime here at Mansion Park in Altoona. 14-0 lead for Richland up on Ligonier Valley. More on the Pine Orthodontics halftime show. After this is the WHVL Game of the Week, presented by Geisinger.
Performance you can count on. That's LMR Tire and Service Centers. And Likens Market. At LMR Tire and Service Centers, you get the best prices on brand name tires, and we participate in most tire manufacturers' rebate and incentive programs. Hungry for a great tasting sub on a fresh made roll? Likens Market offers 2 12-inch subs for just $8.98. That's right, 2 for just $8.98.
LMR Tires and Likens Market, your family tire shop and convenience store.
Welcome to McClanahan's Downtown Market, family owned and operated since 1903. A full-service grocery store and deli with fresh meats and daily hot bar, offering catering and beer and wine to go. McClanahan's Downtown Market offers a wide variety of natural, organic, locally grown and produced healthy options. We're proud to be a Boar's Head Market of distinction. McClanahan's Downtown Market, local and fresh every day.
Hi, I'm James Franklin, head coach of Penn State football. At Penn State, we believe in providing opportunities for our entire Penn State community. It's why we are proud to partner with PSECU, the credit union giving Pennsylvanians financial opportunities to live a better life and have a brighter future since 1934. PSECU is deeply committed to our Pennsylvania communities and is banking on a difference. Together, our Pennsylvania roots run deep.
Ace Hardware in the Hills Plaza South has the products and services you need at the prices you might not expect. We are State College's exclusive retailer for quality Benjamin Moore paint. Whether it's lawn and garden, tools and supplies, an assortment of bird seat and feeder, to Weber grills and Yeti coolers, our friendly, knowledgeable staff is here to help you decide. For over 5 years, we've featured a wide variety of Craftsman tools, along with a variety of housewares from plumbing and electrical to light bulbs and keys, made right here while you wait. Ace Hardware State College is your locally owned, locally focused, helpful hardware place.
Hey car buyers, you've got a new choice. Tyrone Ford is here and open for business 1/2 mile from Del Grosso's Park. It's a location you know with all new owners and management. Tyrone Ford is open and ready to save you money on brand new Ford models. Financing rates as low as 0% for qualified buyers. Tyrone Ford, 4548 East Pleasant Valley Boulevard. It's better in the country. See dealer for details. Some exclusions may apply.
WHVL's Game of the Week, sponsored by Geisinger. We support big league dreams. Ligonier Valley faces Richland at Mansion Park in our coverage of the District 6 AA Championship. Brought to you in part by Hometown Sports Magazine. Give local athletes their time to shine. Pine Orthodontics. Call Pine Orthodontics today for a free no-charge evaluation. The Center Daily Times, providing your local news your way. Check centerdaily.com for up-to-date scores and game results.
Just ahead, Richland leading Ligonier Valley 14-0 in a battle of the Rams with the District 6 2A crown at stake here on the WHVL Game of the Week presented by Geisinger. This is the Pine Orthodontics halftime show as both teams are now back out on the field. Thanks to Pine Orthodontics for presenting the halftime show all season long here on WHVL. Let's take a look now at the Center Daily Times scoreboard. Plenty of more action across not only this region but around the rest of the state as the playoffs are in full swing. State College all over Delaware Valley, 35-0 in the 6A state playoffs. Bedford leads Baldy-Galeria 14-0 in the half. Cathedral Prep, as we talked about earlier, leads Bellefonte 21-0 at the break. Bishop Guilfoyle leading Salzburg in the District 6 Class A semi 14-10. And some more scores as well. Bishop McDevitt leading Dunmore 12-6. Winner of that game gets the winner of this game. But Jersey Shore up 20-7 on Bishop Shanahan at halftime. Wilmington leads Chestnut Ridge 21-0. And Harrisburg leading Central Dauphin the break 7-6. Sam, we saw both Central Dauphin and Harrisburg visit the South Track Field at State College this year. Two pretty good teams.
Yeah, and we saw in preparing for those games the Central Dauphin victory over Harrisburg that was highly controversial. So I'm sure that's a real war down there tonight.
It's Richland's ball to start off the second half, but Sam, we were looking at warm-ups, and it looks like Richland will be without the services of their sophomore quarterback, Kellen Stahl.
Yeah, we saw him come out with his hand taped up, and he tried to throw it. Man, that first throw he threw, he just winced in pain and grabbed that hand again. So it's highly doubtful you're going to see him the rest of the way. So it'll be in the hands of Caleb Burke now out of his receiver position and into the quarterback role, and we'll see what they do. I am guessing they're going to run the ball a lot. You'll probably see Tustin in the backfield with him now. A lot of what you saw right before the half, so we'll see.
Burke, again, 2 for 6 passing this year. He did try a pass earlier in this game on a throwback trick play. It did not work. He has run for 120 yards coming in as well. Kick to the up man, and that is Lucas Sable, and Sable's out across the 40-yard line. Ligonier Valley going with the short kick, but Richland able to lug it to their own 41-yard line, and that's where the top-seeded Rams will start off the second half.
Yeah, you're giving them great field position here. You're really relying on your defense to get a stop. It'll be interesting to see how this turns out for them if they can get the stop here and what Richland does counter offensively. Right now they're coming out spread out with trips tight end to the high side, to top side, and no back.
Again, Burke is the quarterback. Stahl looks to be out, had that right hand, the throwing hand, all taped up. 1st and 10 from the Richland 41.
Tustin in motion.
And gets the jet sweep. And gets stuck at the 45-yard line. Sam Sheeter.
Yep. Does a nice job coming from his safety position. Reads that really well and sticks him right at the legs, nice and low, wrapped up really well.
And that's a senior. He's the quarterback offensively for Ligonier Valley, but he's a bit of a jack of all trades. He's played a lot of positions, as Josh Sperber was telling us before the game. And at safety, it looks like he enjoys the contact back there.
Yeah, wait, I think 2 years ago or whatever, he got, like his sophomore year, he got hurt. He was the quarterback, he got hurt. They had another kid that filled in and did a really great job, so that forced him into playing some other roles. And, you know, he's a complete football player.
Taking over for John Caldwell at quarterback this year, as this time Burke will keep it himself. Noses forward for maybe a yard. Tackle made in the middle by Donovan Graham once again. So it'll be a 3rd down and medium.
Yeah, that time they tried to come back, run it across in motion, give you the jet sweep look, pull it, and then zone up inside, and nothing doing that time. Ligonier Rams defensive line does a nice job.
Richland 1 for 7 on 3rd down tonight. That lone conversion was on their opening drive.
Going 5 wide here. Somebody flinched.
There was definitely flinching, but
they're not calling it.
Not shutting the play down, which in the high school game, usually that would mean automatic shutting it down. Even the defensive side, you move into the neutral zone, it's encroachment.
Comes a blitz.
And Burke lost it. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jasper Arnone. His first interception of the year as the pass sailed over the head of the intended receiver. 3rd turnover forced by Ligonier Valley in this game.
Well, it's 3rd turnover anyway. Forced, not so sure on some of them, but as you said, Joe, it'll be 1st down for Ligonier going the other way, and it just, you know, it sails on him. He's not normally a quarterback, and it just sails on him right here. You know, for me, if it were me, I think you've run the ball fairly well at times. I think you rely on Tustin to run the ball, and you let Burke do some running with the football, and you keep the throwing to a minimum and rely on this defense.
We do see Kellen Stahl out there as a defensive back, though.
There's the power. The Sheeter, well defended.
Shouldered out of bounds by Caleb Burke. So Stahl, even though he can't grip the ball to throw it and play quarterback, certainly you can play defensive back with one hand, maybe even with no hands.
Well, they say some D-backs have no hands. That's why they're D-backs and not receivers. But it does help to have 2, unless you're going to wrap. You can wrap really well, you know, on the tackles and stuff. But he's gutting it out for his team right now.
5 turnovers combined tonight. 3 turnovers for Richland, 2 for Ligonier Valley. Sheeter to throw on 2nd and 10. Rolls to the left, trying to get away from the pressure. He does, and then crashes into a pile of bodies at the 50-yard line and lunges forward into Richland territory.
I'll tell you, Sheeter has a real bad habit right now when he takes out the run of running into Ethan Boring. He's got to either cut off Boring's block, okay, or he's got to get Boring to block harder and get guys out of his way, because it's the 2nd time he ran into him.
Ligonier Valley 1 for 6 on 3rd down tonight. And most of their 3rd downs have been long 3rd downs. This is a 3rd and 8.
And that's why you go 1 for 6. You can't be in these real long situations, especially in high school ball.
Sheeter rolling, fires, complete. Wow. John Beard.
Beard, nice route coming across deep, across to the out. Tried to sprint out that time, and they gave up pressure on the outside. Looks like 23 is Tyler Reed setting the edge for him, and he gets that off with Reed right in his face. I actually kind of thought that was going to get picked the way he released it, but he does a nice job getting in there and a big 1st down.
13-yard reception for Beard. That's his 3rd catch of the night for 38 yards. 1st and 10, Richland 37. Sheeter to throw again. Complete. Matthew Merenchak with his 1st reception. The sophomore near 1st down yardage.
So that time Beard circles out like he's going to be in the flat area there for the screen. And receiver comes back in behind the guy that's covering Beard. Gets right in the window, and a nice ball by Sheeter to pick up 9 yards on that.
And Sheeter, who threw the ball 15 times in the first half, keeps on throwing, and it's working now for Ligonier Valley, trailing 2 touchdowns. Trailing by 2 touchdowns. 2nd one, pitch to Kerry Miller.
Block on the outside.
And Miller shakes off a hit.
He thought he fumbled again.
And it was Kellen Stahl, the sophomore. Even with that pain in the right hand, he was trying to rip the ball away from Kerry Miller that time.
Well, there's that spin move we talked about. I thought you'd see more of that, but he comes up, guy puts a hit on him, and he lowers that shoulder, spins back to the inside, and picks up another 3 or 4 yards out of it. Nice job that time sealing the edge. Richland's got to get their outside guys setting the edge here.
1st and 10, Ligonier Valley once again in the Tyrone Ford red zone. At the 19. 3 receivers left side. Movement up front by the defense, but again, they get back. Miller to the right side and scoots out of bounds right around the 15-yard line. Kobe Bailey had the angle on him that time, but he went out on his own volition.
Miller kind of goes out of bounds, a little weird there, and goes down almost like that ankle gave out on. But you do a nice job bringing that power around, seal everybody down. Petrov leads them up through, and he picks up a good 3-4 yards on the play.
Sam, you and I saw Kerry Miller limping a bit as he went off the field at halftime as well.
Well, he looks like he's wants to limp right now.
9 carries, 43 yards for Ligonier Valley. They're in the Tyrone Ford red zone. Sheeter to throw. Intercepted. Picked up by Caleb Burke.
Sorry, Joe. Ill-advised throw. Give that play action. Going to come off of it. But Burke is all over him. Should have never released the ball.
The 6th turnover of the game between these two teams. Each team has coughed it up now 3 times.
You can see it coming right at you, and he has all the inside position. Never should have released that ball. You're better off throwing it out of bounds, fight another day, throw it in the dirt, do something. But you can't keep coming away down here. That's the 2nd time now down here they turn the ball over.
That's a touchback, 1st and 10. Richland at the 20-yard line. Caleb Burke once again the quarterback.
And the thing is, they wanted to eliminate as many touches for Burke as they can. Now Burke's going to touch it every time.
When you look at both these offenses, great firepower, 442 yards a game for Ligonier Valley. They're both averaging over 43 points a game, but turnovers will stifle any offense.
Well, Sable up the middle that time. And if you remember our conversation pregame, Joe, what did we say? I said,
oh, flag is in.
I said, this is either going to be a blowout or it's going to end up as a defensive struggle. And right now, we're kind of ended up in a weird defensive struggle. And the crowd's right. If you're Ligonier, you can't do that. You're down 2 touchdowns. You've got the other team without their star quarterback. You kind of have their offense limited, and then you just gave them 15 free yards with a stupid penalty.
1st down, Richland at their own 39-yard line. The back is Jacob Sable, 2-by-2 here after they mark off the penalty, and everybody making sure everything is set. Ligonier Valley now 4 penalties tonight for 36 yards. Not quite the 13 they picked up last week, but still, they've been in some bad situations for Ligonier Valley.
They've been at the wrong time. That's the thing. The same with the turnovers. You know, not as many maybe as last week, but they're turning over at the wrong time. Now there,
swallowed them up.
Yeah, they got off the ball and got a lot of penetration that time. So you're right, Joe. Swallowed them up a 2-yard loss on that play. 2-3-yard loss. Going to be 2nd down and 13. And this is where you want to have Richland if you're Ligonier, because you don't have that quarterback to get the ball to Burke, who's the big play guy.
And Mike Petrov, number 54, there in the middle. Going to the Naval Academy. He's going to serve our country, and certainly as we're just under a week past Veterans Day, certainly can appreciate that. Loss of 3. 2nd and 13. Toss out to Mangus. Makes a man miss. Mangus out of bounds. Aiden Kelly forced him out at the 45, but it's a gain of 9.
Now that's a nice safe throw to let Burke make on that, and you let your guys make plays. And like I said, really impressed with how athletic Richland skill kids are. They all have terrific feet. It's not just Burke. It's not just Tustin. You know, Mangus has great feet. All these guys really impressed with their athletic ability.
Mangus stays in the backfield. Another pistol look.
Unbalanced twins this time, Joe.
Burke turns, hands it off to Mangus, trying to follow his blockers, but he goes nowhere. Penetration that time, and then Christian Jablonski cleans it up. First man in was Miles Higgins.
Well, they went ISO that time. Try to power at Ligonier, and that's probably the one thing you can't do very well is power the ball at Ligonier. You might be better off trying to toss, get to the edge, get on the perimeter with them.
So 4th and 6, and another punt coming up for Richland. Neither of these two teams, as you saw the offensive numbers, they haven't punted much this season. But now Richland with 3 punts, Ligonier Valley with 4. They combined for 16 total between both teams in 23 games coming in.
Well, like I said, neither team has seen a team as good as the team they're facing tonight.
Burke sails this out of bounds. It bounces out at the 33-yard line. 23-yard punt. 14-0. Richland leads it. We're back with more here on the WHVL Game of the Week, presented by Geisinger after this.
Penn State fans and students are gearing up and saving big at McClanahan's Penn State Room. Family owned and operated since 1903. Do the blue with a wide selection of everything Penn State, from performance, spirit, vintage, and authentic clothing, as well as a wide selection of Penn State logo gift items. Brand names like League, Under Armour, Champion, Russell, Zuzats, College Kids, and Yeti. Something for everyone at McClanahan's Penn State Room. Open 7 a.m. to midnight, 7 days a week at 414 East College Avenue or online at PennStateRoom.com.
Ace Hardware in the Hills Plaza South has the products and services you need at the prices you might not expect. We are State College's exclusive retailer for quality Benjamin Moore paint. Whether it's lawn and garden, tools and supplies, an assortment of bird seat and feeders, to Weber grills and Yeti coolers, our friendly, knowledgeable staff is here to help you decide. For over 5 years, we've featured a wide variety of Craftsman tools, along with a variety of housewares from plumbing and electrical to light bulbs and keys, made right here while you wait. Ace Hardware State College is your locally owned, locally focused, helpful hardware place.
Nothing lead for Richland. Third quarter, 6:13 to play. Joe Putnam, Sam Stroh, Josh Sperber, and our WHVL crew along with you for our final WHVL Game of the Week presented by Geisinger in 2019. And now let's take a look at the final trivia answer of the year presented by LMR Tires. Our Stump the Fans trivia question: what high school has won the most District 6 Class 2A championships? Sam, you had a thought on this one.
I was going to say Tyrone.
John Franco back at Tyrone, and our trivia answer is indeed the Golden Eagles. 9 Class 2A championships, and that includes, of course, when it was a 4-class system.
I didn't even cheat and look at the answer ahead of time.
I think you're just that smart, Sam.
I just know they've been in a couple of state title games, and I know they've been good for a while. Deep ball.
Ligonier Valley taking over 1st and 10. The pass too long for Cage Dowden. Tried to get him on a seamer down the middle.
And this is not entirely your MO. I'm a little surprised that you're not coming back to some kind of a running game. We haven't seen Nick Beidel run the ball at all, and he's their second leading rusher. If Miller really can't go very well, then maybe you bring Beidel in with some fresh